Hi, I'm Kendall Trotter.
And I'm Steve Hawks.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Las Vegas Real Estate Update. Today's edition is going to be about a somewhat controversial subject. It's the $15 billion new builder bailout in the House right now. There's a lot of conflicting opinions about this. Is it good? Is it bad? And Steve and I are here today to shed some light on the subject for everybody. So,
well,
Steve?
It could be more than the builder bailout for the average homeowner will be a disaster. We're already starting to see it. Because with the builder bailout, to explain it, what it is the builders can go back to 2004, maybe 2003, to reap their tax, what they paid for taxes. They can go and take the loss this year, maybe next year, and go back and reap the taxes they paid into it. So, for example, now a builder can sell a house for a loss and still make money because the taxes they paid 3-4 years ago, they can go and get that money back that they paid in taxes. And how it's going to hurt the homeowner is if a homeowner is trying to sell their home for $300,000 and the builder, whose cost right now is like $100,000, let's say the lot for the builder is $100,000 cost, they can sell that lot for $5,000 and reap $95,000 tax benefit off it. Well, now the builder that bought that new lot at $5,000, which was originally $100,000, can start building from a cost basis that is a lot less.
To be specific, basically what I'm reading about it is it rewards the builders for losing money because they're going to, whatever they lose this year, they're going to be able to recoup from their record years that they paid in taxes.
Correct.
So if they lose, let's say $100 million this year, just as a round number, Uncle Sam is going to write them a check for $100 million, or what out of their taxes that they paid in their record years in 2004, 2005. It's going to reimburse them for the loss. The problem here, folks, is if the national builders can start dropping their prices.
They already have.
They already have, but what's that going to do to you and me, who bought from these people, or anybody that bought from these people, and they have a job transfer, and they've got to sell their house, and now the builder is able to build that house and sell it for way less what it would normally cost in a fair market.
Right, because they can reap the tax refund. In fact, one major builder has already sold a huge amount of homes, 8,500 homes. They've sold 8,500 homes at 30% of book value, allowing them a $294 million tax refund.
Which is a tax credit.
So by selling 8,500 homes at a loss, they made $294 million. That's why people understand why these builder stocks are doing well. Is they're losing money, right? No, they're getting their money back on tax refunds. So how does
that tax comes from you and me?
What's even worse is now there's so many repos and bank foreclosures on the market. The home builders are able to price their homes below the bank-owned homes and still make a profit by getting a tax refund. So what's that going to do? That's going to cause the bank-owned homes to have to lower the prices even more than the builders. And the biggest, once again, the biggest damage, the biggest victims are the homeowner
who bought there.
Who bought not only there, but in the community, in the neighborhood. Because now, if you're trying to sell your home, how are you going to compete with the builder who can sell at a loss, who can sell at 30% book value? How can a builder who's going to sell 30% book value,
a homeowner cannot compete?
No. Does a homeowner get a tax refund for losing?
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We should mention that this bill has not been passed yet. I think it's in the House now, and that's why we're discussing it. There's still time to anybody that would be against this. Now, there's another side of the story, which maybe we'll get to that. Maybe the builder's perspective.
Well, they're trying to throw this into the Foreclosure Prevention Act. Notice they're trying to throw it into the Foreclosure Prevention Act, and it would be 1/3 of the cost of the whole Foreclosure Prevention Act.
Right. So basically, if we are correct, and we think we are, the simplest way to put this is if the government decides to bail the new home builders out
to change the tax
that reaped record profits in 03, 04, 05, 06, all that money will come from you and me, the taxpayer, but it's also, God forbid, it's going to reward them for
making bad
losing.
business decisions.
Right. And so the theory is, well, what about the average Joe? We talk about this a lot on our show. The average guy that bought a house legitimately with his family, he just needed a place to go. And, you know, I don't know about nationally, but in Las Vegas here where we work, every 3 to 5 years, people usually either move up, move down, they're moving somewhere, right?
Right.
I don't know the national stats, but here in our town, about every 3 to 5 years, a guy bought a house 3 years ago in 2005 from one of these builders who, if this legislation passes, is going to be able to sell. If they could still be building in the area too,
right.
You know. So they're his competition. He needs to sell his house, and he paid $375. That builder's going to be able to sell that for $250, $225, and still make a profit through the tax credit.
Right.
He's done. He's ruined.
It was a theory. Now it's already happened. We've already had this happen in Southern California. This has already happened in Vegas. It's happening. Mountain's Edge, a good example. Homes were $800,000. The builder is selling them for $399. Homes that were $450, the builders are selling them for $259, $225. People are going, how are they doing that? Well, now we know how. All they got to do is sell these things, these homes, and they'll reap the tax refund.
If this passes, because this still has not passed yet. But obviously they're thinking it's going to, if they're dropping their prices that much.
Well, right now, they've already done this because in 05 and 06, when they still made money, some of the builders still made money, they're taking the tax. They've done this already. What this bill is going to do is extend it so that instead of going back 2 years, they're going to be able to go back 4 years. For an average person can only go back 2 years to take their losses. Well, they're going to allow the builders to go back 4. And we know what's going to happen because it's already happening because the builders have done it because they've gone back 2 years. Well, now the builders want to go back 4 years so they can keep selling homes at a loss and still make money for their business. What other business in the world? I would love to see any other business in the world that can sell something at a loss and the government
make money.
Yeah, and make money.
The moral of the story is the people that's really going to suffer is the public.
Yeah, the average homeowner.
Once again, and they've already been so hurt by. We've done a lot of episodes on fraud, things like that. They've already been, they've just been kicked in the gut over and over and over again. If this bill passes, I'm worried that
it will drop the values.
It's going to further hurt the American home buyer or the homeowner already. The new guy coming in he's going to be loving it because he's going to get the deal of a lifetime because that builder is going to sell it to him for way less than what it cost him.
Correct.
But the guy across the street, the guy around the corner, that's a problem for him. And I would hope that our government would not let this happen. It's out there right now. It has not passed yet. We welcome your emails and comments, and I think that everybody watching
needs to contact their senator or their congressman.
Should contact their representative and do some investigation on this subject themselves, because this could be really bad for anyone who already is a homeowner, and it's millions of people.
This would for sure drop the home values at least another 20-25%. At least, because the builders are selling them at 30% of book value.
Yeah. I think we're about out of time. We'll probably revisit the situation sometime in the future as things pan out in the government. I'm Kendall Trotter.
And I'm Steve Hawks.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Las Vegas Real Estate Update.